We all need jobs. We all need jobs. We're always looking for jobs. We're always looking for good opportunities, great opportunities, excellent opportunities, and awesome opportunities. But I always hear people say, "Oh, there's no jobs in LA. There's no jobs in LA." Yes, there is jobs in LA. When I was in Vegas, I was the one that was saying there's no jobs in Vegas, which it was jobs in Vegas, but the jobs in Vegas was working in the entertainment industry, like the casinos. The reason why I don't want to work in a casino industry over there is because I don't want to contribute to people's gambling addictions, gambling problems. That just was not for me. She didn't want to be, she could have been a cocktail waitress.
Oh, yeah. They make bank out there.
She didn't want to contribute to, the drunks. We have a very good video for you. We have a very great video. I want you guys to watch the whole video. I mean, you're going to, I don't know, choose to watch it or not, but because some of our attention spans are very little, very
stay
short.
till the end.
But stay to the end. I mean, it may be some nuggets in here for you. If you don't like any of the jobs that we talk about, it still may be like a little message in there somewhere. I don't know. But when we come back, we're going to get into it. Welcome to the podcast with the one and only Tasha and Todd. Coming to you from the city of angels and demons. As quiet as it's kept. It's not really quiet. From the city of Los Angeles, California, we are going to get into this video. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share all across social media. If you don't have social media, share anyway. And the way that you can share is by picking up the phone and telling someone about our awesome channel and awesome videos. Let's get into it right now. So we are going to talk about jobs, how to find jobs that are paying like $80,000 or even more. There are jobs out here where you don't necessarily have to have a degree.
Right.
You can just get the skills. I mean, you can like learn. This is what's so great about the age of the internet, the age of the YouTube, that you don't necessarily have to go into a physical building to get education. You can get education right in your own living room, bedroom, even the bathroom. While you're out getting a hot dog, you can get education. That is a great thing. That's a blessing. So there are jobs out here that you can get. And this one particular job that I want to bring up, maybe a little controversial for some of you guys. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But this first one is working for the LAPD, that is the Los Angeles Police Department. You're like,
Hold on.
being a police officer? What? No, because after what happened in Minneapolis, Black Lives Matter.
No, and that's, in all fairness, of course, we already know, like, hey, the whole situation with that, but Todd has relatives, police department, formerly. I also, we'll just say relative, that is also in the service. And we know, obviously, that they're kosher and all that. So.
Right, exactly.
Because if not, we would check them. No.
How to get a job with them that you need to, of course, have a high school education. If you didn't graduate from high school, at least get your GED, some type of, little minor education, whatever, have that in place. At least 20 years old at the time of the application. They do a background check, which is good. Just want to make sure that you're legit, that you're not a known criminal or a secret criminal, underground criminal, whatever it may be. You're operating under the Underground Railroad somewhere. I don't know.
Wow.
And then you had to take this easy little elementary school test type thing. It's so easy. You don't even have to go into the police station to take the test. You just take it online. It's a multiple choice test or something like that. And that's it right there. U.S. citizenship. if you're not a U.S. citizen, there's ways of going around it. They will take someone that's not a U.S. citizen, but you have to you have to meet certain requirements, criteria, and things like that. Okay, so now this is the great thing about the LAPD is that in the academy, when you get to the academy, this is great because while you're in the academy, your salary, listen guys, this is just the academy. You're not even a police officer. You're not even a full-fledged officer or anything. You're just in the academy part. But you start off, why is you not going to state, well, yeah, start off. But your salary is $70,804. $70,804 just to be in the academy. Mm-hmm. That is awesome right there. That's way more than most of us make.
I didn't start off making that much when I was 20 years old. I can guarantee.
I'm not going to say how much I started off making, but I don't want anybody to start scratching their heads. So after the academy, then, of course, obviously when you graduate from the academy, you become a trainee. So the trainee, you're learning. You're just learning. Like I said, you're a newbie. You're just learning the system. So while you're learning the system of the LAPD, they put you on a salary at $74,666. Again, $74,666 being a trainee. Where else can you go and train? Because you certainly can't be a trainee for a manager at a Mickey D's in Los Angeles and make that type of money. There's no way in the world. So you have your 12 months on a job of training. The training is 12 months. So after that, then you become a full-time police officer. A full-time police officer puts you at $80,000. $80,000 for being a police officer.
So basically, you're getting almost a $10,000 increase from when you start to when you actually become a full-fledged officer within maybe a year or two. So
I mean,
year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah. And then after that, you can make even more money and stuff like that. Yeah. But I know it's a dangerous job. Some of you guys were, I don't know, born to do this type of job. Some of you guys, there's people I see out on the street, or I may come in contact with. I look at them like, oh, he definitely gonna be a police officer, or he definitely look like, some people just had that look, or they could be a firefighter or whatever. They just had that look. So that's just one of the jobs that you can do where you can make at least $80,000.
Wow, that's really amazing. Now, this next job is something that actually I believe I mentioned before in a one of the jobs videos that we did, but it was just like something that was available. It was like, hey, but let's highlight it today. And that is life and health insurance agent out here in California. So now the average salary out here in California is about $74,000. That's on average. So obviously you can make more than that as well. The great thing about life insurance agent is that not only can you work for a particular company, like say you want to work, specifically for, Aflac, New York Life, even Gerber, or whatever the case may be. You can do that, but also if you want to finesse it into your own business, you can do that as well. So you have options there. And the great thing about it too is that, again, no college degree required. And this is something that you can, of course, start out doing, maybe on the side if you would like to, as far as part-time, and then go to full-time. It's just basically a lot of flexibility. And one of the biggest flexes, so to speak, when it comes to life insurance agent is that you can do this from home. Okay, that I'm super huge on work from home jobs, and this is one that you can definitely work from home and even finesse it into your very own business. Now, in order to, of course, get started in this, there's a process, but that's okay because it doesn't require 4 years of going to school and having any student loan debt. So first and foremost, the great thing about getting your foot in the door when it comes to life insurance agent is that your schooling is online. So schooling is online and it's super cheap, guys. It's like less than $200. So there's a website specifically, I know from experience, and it is called, I should say company, it's called AD Banker. And they provide the education for life insurance agent, and not only just life insurance, but life and health, but you can also do casualty insurance if you like to, securities. I mean, there's a whole genre or flexibility when it comes to life insurance that you can go into as far as that. And they provide education for all of that. So, but let's just stick with life and health insurance. So to attend that particular school is completely online. I would suggest that you also order the physical book if they still have, I believe they still have that option available. You get the physical book, or you can get online only, and where they have actual web classes to support your learning. So you have some options there, and whatever package you choose, again, it's maybe a couple, $2-3 more depending on what you do. But again, it's still less than $200 no matter what. So you do this on your own time. That's advantage number 2, is that you can do this on your own time.
Wow.
So it's not like you have to report to class at a particular time every day or whatever the case. You do this again after work, before work, whatever, set aside time, and depending on what your schedule is, you can knock it out.
So it's like no deadline, like.
So now let me get to that. I'm getting there. So basically the flexibility is there as far as that. You do have to complete it within, I believe, like a 6-month period or something like that, but it's not a 6-month long class as far as that's concerned. So say for instance, something happened, life happens, and you have to put it on pause, you can. And otherwise, if you do go over that time, you just pay like a nominal fee to extend the class, and then you can continue on with that. So it's the entire framework in terms of the hours that you need. I believe it's 52 hours, and it's not like
that's not a lot.
It's not a lot at all. And basically, this is considered your pre-licensing course, or class, or whatever the case. So once you do that, you take the exam. Again, this is, you take the exam. It's not online. You would schedule that, which again, AD Banker is great because they have everything that you need right there on the website. So you can go ahead, you click a link. It takes you to where you need to go as far as scheduling your exam. And it's find a center near you in your area to go and sit physically for, because obviously it's an important thing. You can't take it at home, guys, because this is you're gonna
right.
This leads into you getting your state license.
Take it at home, then that's open book.
Exactly, open book at home. No, it's not gonna be open book. So now, when it comes to the actual class, or I should say the licensing exam itself, it's anywhere, but depending on what you're getting, you have about maybe 2 hours to complete the exam. So again, you take your time. It's no pressure, no rush in that sense, because I believe it's only like maybe 50 questions or something of that nature. Maybe 50, maybe 100. I honestly forgot, but it's no more than 100 questions. And again, you have about 2 hours to complete it, and it is multiple choice. So you study, you can do study tools online as far as YouTube for extra work, because that's what I did before.
Telling you, YouTube is everything.
I know, right? Exactly, right here on YouTube University. And then, of course, obviously they have practice exams that you can do right there on AD Banker. But again, you may want to, have different angles that you attack it from, so that you can make sure that you pass on the first try. And once you pass it, once you pass it, then you go on and you sit for your state license, as far as that. Now, here's the thing.
Now, this is California.
This is California, exactly. So now here's the thing. So if for some reason, and I'm sorry, guys, I meant to say you take your your pre-licensing exam, and then you sit for the state exam, and then you apply for your California license. But here's the thing. If for some reason you take your state exam, which is the one you have to schedule out, and you don't pass, AD Banker will assist you in terms of seeing where things went wrong. They'll give you this is free of charge. They'll give you guidance in terms of hey, maybe further helping you to further anchor your your knowledge or whatever the case may be as far as where you missed it at, and then you can go ahead and reschedule right away. It is a fee to take your state exam, so just keep that in mind. And the fee is, again, I believe it's less than $100. So keep that in mind too. So you want to make sure you study. You don't want to just keep paying until you do it. But again, it's super way cheaper, which is not even a proper term, but that's okay for emphasis. It's way cheaper than going to college and, having to sit there for 4 years and going through all of that or whatever the case may be, if you want to do something that is beneficial.
So you said, so it's like 70-some thousand. So like how high can it go?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
and see, here's the thing. Honestly, if you think about it, well, of course, I'm going to give you what to think about as far as that. It can actually go pretty much as high as you want because of the fact that, again, like I said, you have the option of starting your own business. So if you become an insurance broker, that's a whole nother, topic and subject. Then, of course, that's where you can make your big money in terms of now you have agents under you, and then you're getting something off of what they're making. You can have different satellite offices all over wherever you choose, as far as the city, state, whatever the case. You can also make sure that you're licensed in other states, so that you have a broader audience audience of people that you can, clientele that you can serve rather. So again, it's all up to you on how ambitious you want to get in terms of that.
But I forgot when the lady I was telling you about, she is making $80K working from home, doing life and health or something like that.
Right.
And I was looking at her offer letter and everything. I was like, $80K. She's been doing this type of stuff for a while. But so that really answers my own question that, I mean, just listen to what she just said, just insurance, like I never knew that you can make that type of money being in an insurance game. That's wild. That's incredible. So again, when we say, hey, there's no jobs, there's jobs. It's all about doing your own research to see what's out there and even talking to other people.
And here's the thing, I mean, because the Real Housewives of Orange County, Vicky Gunvalson, that's all she's been doing, and she's like super rich now, a multimillionaire. But that's what her agency literally only do life insurance, like since she was in her like 20s. So again, guys, like Todd was saying, there's no lack of jobs out here. There's no lack of opportunity out here. It just depends on what it is that you choose to do. And just selling life insurance now, it can be a huge, thing for you. So again, if you just want to stick with one company and just only work with their array of products, you can do that. Or again, you can be ambitious and, go with other avenues, which is, of course, can lead to your own business. Go the line of insurance broker. You can get into securities in terms of like helping people financially, because life insurance, here's the thing, fun fact, just so you guys will know, is life insurance actually is not just about, hey, talking about, well, when you die, here's what we're going to do as far as setting up this, that, and the other, whatever the case may be. It's also a way of creating an estate creation, because again, and it's also a way of, as far as retirement, there's just a ton of things that you can do when it comes to life insurance that people, don't know about. And that's why, again, it can be such a lucrative thing as far as that, aside from the fact that you just, you need it in general. So
exactly. So now let's kind of shift gears a little bit here. So we're going to jump from the insurance game to computers to designing. So you guys, I'm not sure if you heard of like Google certifications. See, we live in 2020. It's almost 2023, but we live in an age, era where, again, the internet is just the bomb. Okay?
We live in 2022.
And yeah, so what did I say?
You said 2020.
Okay. 2022, I don't know. 2022, almost 2023, where the internet is just like really amazing. You can learn so many things, but Google is just a powerhouse. Everybody has heard of Google. Most of you guys use Google for your search engine. Google started out as a search engine. Over the years, it just really progressed into something big and amazing, a super powerhouse. So now you can literally go work at Google now because of the learning that they have online, guys. Online learning. They have what you call Google certifications. You can get certified in the whole computer game in terms of like IT and analytics and things like that. You can also do, and which I'm going to talk about now, is you can become a UX designer. You can get a certification to become a UX designer. So let's read what a UX designer is. UX designers focus on the experience that people have while using products like websites, apps, and physical objects. UX designers make those everyday interactions more useful, usable, and accessible to users. The role of an entry-level UX designer might include coming up with ideas to address user problems, conducting research with users, and designing wireframes, mock-ups, and prototypes. And so,
in layman's terms, what does that mean?
So basically, when you're so you may want to order from Pizza Hut or Domino's Pizza or whatever, and you're in the app and you're just like, this is. Okay, I'm having a hard time understanding because I don't understand where the button is at to click for my order or to place the order. It seems like the button should be over here, but the button is too further over here that if I hit this button, then I'm going to make a mistake and hit this button when I'm not supposed to hit it, the wrong button, in other words. Just something like that. So they just try to make sure that your experience is great, is better, it runs smoothly. So like websites, to make sure that you're able to navigate freely and smoothly on different websites, to make sure everything is easily accessible for you. And so you conduct user studies, research, and things like that to find out, okay, what are people having issues with? What are they having problems with while using particular apps? So you want to find that out, and how can you improve upon that experience? How can you make their experience even easier, that much better? So you build prototypes and you make plans, and you just make it's all about the user. You make their experience that much better. So the median salary for that, according to Google, is $92,000. $92,000. Now, the good thing is, so you can, of course, they're partnered with a place called Coursera. So Coursera is partnered and Google, they're together, they work together, and it's 100% online, and they suggest that you do around about at least 10 hours of study per week. It just really depends on you, but that's what they suggest, around about 10 hours per week. So no relevant experience is required or anything like that. So it's good even having a skill like that under your belt while maybe you're pursuing other things as well too. So it's definitely an in-demand job. So let's see what else.
I was gonna say, I understand why it's called UX now. I think it's user experience.
Yes.
Fanciness. Okay.
Definitely. So yeah, you got your own pace. It's just really good. Learn at home. So if you're working another job, you can learn at home. And so some of the jobs that are hiring is Spectrum, again, Coursera, Coin Tracker, Crate and Barrel, Salesforce, Target, Ford. So many different places are hiring. And when they see that you have that Google certification on your resume, you can look at the reviews for people who have taken these type courses and everything, and they're getting their foot in the door. I'm not going to say that, okay, well, after you take the course, a week later, you're going to get a job. Sometimes it may take a month or a couple of months or 3 months or whatever, but it depends on you. You know, if you be persistent and you have the right attitude, right mindset, then, you know, you will definitely land a job too. And there's also another job, and I don't necessarily have to pull it up here. So I actually know someone, I know some people, actually several people, but I know actually someone who actually works at Google, and she is a software developer. Software developers in the city of Los Angeles make six figures. 6 figures, and yes, And no, as far as you had to have a degree, but then at the same time, you don't have to have a degree because you can learn online. You can get degrees online, but there's a lot of cases where you don't necessarily have to have a degree as long as you have adequate training, the proper amount of training and certifications and things like that. Then, and you can, depend on the interview that you have, you just really do great in the interview. You can go online on YouTube and they'll tell you how to land that interview, to pass the interview, I should say, how to do well in the interview and pass your interview test, all that stuff. And you can get in. There's stories, testimonies of people who became software developers without even having a degree. So you can make six figures. It's a very lucrative job. And just like becoming a UX designer, software developers, you can work from home. Anywhere in the country, you can work from home. That's a great thing right there, guys. So this is something that, you can think about. And again, they always need UX designers, and especially they always need software developers. That's in high demand. I've met guys that's like 20, 21, 22 years old, and they're making six figures. Like, wow, for being a software developer, that's like really amazing.
Okay, so definitely switching gears here. Because now look here, this is, of course, Los Angeles, and we know that also includes being one of the fashion capitals as far as that's concerned. Your opinion may be different, but hey, it's just the facts. So, LA Fashion Week and all that. Right. So anyway, now, funny thing is I actually prefer East Coast fashion, but that's okay. LA fashion is cool, but I really love the East Coast fashion or whatever as far as New York. But at any rate, so because of that, let's talk about something that you may not have thought about. And I know, like, stay with me here. But that is retail associate or management at a place like Neiman Marcus. Now, what are we talking about here? Jobs that pay some decent coins.
Right.
Did you know,
Talk to me,
that department manager, as an example, at Neiman Marcus makes about, on average, $83,000 a year?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
wow.
Exactly.
Do you need a degree for that?
You don't need a degree for that. And again, of course, it's about you getting your foot in the door. And of course, maybe starting out as far as like on the floor retail, associate as far as that's concerned. In addition to that, there are other things that you can do too, piggybacking off of what Ty was talking about as far as the digital aspect of that. And that is digital stylist. So of course digital stylist. So of course that will be the person who, of course, the aesthetics in terms of, maybe putting the clothes together as far as that's concerned, and making sure that it looks aesthetically pleasing to the eye when you're on the website.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that right there, $90K.
I've seen some stuff that just...
Exactly. $90K as far as that's concerned. On average, $72,000. You can go all the way up to $115K.
Okay, wait. You said $90K?
Yeah, exactly. So again, like little things like that, that you may not even know are available. They're out here. It's just about, again, once you, set your mind, I know. Once you set your mind to like, hey, this is what I am choosing, then you will see different things open up, different doors. Just like, stuff will come to you like this video where you're just like, wait a minute, I never thought about that. Like, what, really?
Right.
Again, like the insurance, working from home, making, some money. You can, again, parlay it into a business. It's a great way. Also, too, about the insurance, it's a great way to learn about money. Because again, the life insurance is where you start, but you can go into that securities aspect of it,
right?
And you can learn about finances and financial freedom as far as that's concerned too. So, but again, retail at Neiman Marcus, as far as maybe starting off as an associate, which we do obviously out here have higher minimum wage than anywhere else. Right. But again, looking at it in terms of like moving up as far as department manager. You can really make bank out there, and not to mention commission as far as that's concerned. When you are a retail associate, it can really add up to some really decent money,
right?
As far as that.
Exactly. So yeah, guys. So just you want to make sure that you had the right mindset, that you change your mindset. You gotta. Sometimes you may have to do a job that you don't necessarily like doing, but it's just a stepping stone. You might not necessarily want to work at McDonald's or a place like that, or even a police officer. But it's jobs that you can do out here. But to try to get to where you want to go, sometimes you have to do things in life that you don't want to do. I'm not talking about illegal stuff. I'm talking about legal things. So just keep that in mind. Let's not get it twisted.
All right.
But once you change your mindset, I mean, you'll go a very, very long way, very long way. Guys, this is it for the video. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share all across social media. Remember, if you don't have social media, please share anyway. God bless you guys. And remember to keep God first in your life. And, you know, keep your mind focused on Him, and He'll keep you in perfect peace. And that is it for the video. Todd and Tasha, we are out. And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace.